my friends. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're all here. If there are any of you that have not hit subscribe yet, please make sure that you do. It really helps me out, and I never want you to miss out on another video. All right, my friends. Today we are doing a zodiac reading. I have each and every sign in this video, and I will be putting timestamps there in the description so that you can jump to your sign. That being said, enjoy. Hey there, Aquarius. This reading is for you. Here I have the chakra wisdom spread out with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings that way, get the energy flowing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle up the cards here, and we are going to lay out a spread and find out what we can find out about what's coming for you, what's going on for Aquarius right now, something you might need to know, maybe something to look forward to, maybe some advice. Let's see what we can get. Excuse me. Okay. So let's see what we've got. That card there, that's our energy card. And this is our spread. Now, this is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on, and it also will influence the rest of our spread. So let us see what we've got here. All right, so we've got the Four of Coins. This is what's going on for you, Aquarius. You need to be holding on to your money. That's exactly what this is saying. You are going to have an opportunity maybe to, excuse me, to purchase something, to invest in something, to, whatever, something that involves money, though. Make a purchase, And this card is here to say you need to be holding on to your money. You should not be, overextending yourself. You should not be making spontaneous purchases that you hadn't thought of, and budgeted for. This is saying hold on to your resources. Hold on. All right. So what else do we have? And like I said, holding on to your resources, this is going to be the influencer for the rest of our spread. All right. So we've got our Judgment card. Judgment. This is all about decision-making. You're going to be presented with something, and you're going to be deciding, oh man, should I do it? I want to do it. I can't wait to do it. It sounds like so much fun, or whatever that means for you. So what this is saying is, again, something new coming, something that's going to have a reason for you to make a decision. And we're looking for some balance. We're looking kind of at letting go of things that aren't serving us anymore, like thoughts and ideas. If you're presented with something you can't wait to go do, you need to get back into that place of sound decision making. You can't let yourself be wrapped up in that excitement and in making spontaneous decisions. Does that make sense? So letting go that desire, like, that little kid in you that wants it kind of thing. You need to let that go. What else? The Judgment card is all about kind of feeling good about it too. I think once you get started on a savings, or feeling like you're starting to, when you see that money start adding up in your savings account, you're going to have a moment here of like rebirth, feeling just like, wow, it's good. I did that recently. I was putting in X amount of my check into the savings because I wanted to save and I didn't want to cut myself short each week. So I settled on an amount that would work, and I did it for a few months. And holy crap, by the time I looked at my savings account and realized how much you can save by just putting $10, $20, $50 away a week, a month, whatever your situation is, it adds up. So that made me feel, when I did that, it made me feel like, I can do this. And look at how I do have enough to make it stretch, So that made me feel kind of reborn. Well, it's probably something similar to that for you as well. Again, we're holding on to the money. That's why I'm thinking of a money saving example. All right. So 7 of Cups is next. Our 7 of Cups talks about You know, not, again, being confused about choices. Something's going to come up that you are going to want to purchase or buy, or, well, purchase and buy, that's the same thing. You're going to want to purchase it. You're going to want to invest in it. You're going to want something's coming, and you're being told not to do that. You're told, no, use your best judgment. Never make a decision just based on a tarot reading. Remember, this is just for insight. What the cards are saying, though, is you should be holding on to your money instead. The Seven of Cups shows all the choices that you have. Now, again, there's 7. I don't know that you're going to have 7 choices, but you're going to be thinking of options to make this work, to justify it. Well, if I don't buy this or that, or if I cut down on my food budget, or if I turn the lights off every night, you know, you're trying to think of a way to kind of convince yourself that this is going to be okay, that you should jump ahead, that you should maybe do this. I'm here to tell you, you need to really think about that. The cards are suggesting save your money. Yeah. Next, we have our 8 of Coins. Coins is pentacles. We're back to coins. Money, 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 money. All right. So this here talks about staying focused. This is a savings. I know it is. I know it is. Hold on to your money. Make sure you're saving money. This talks about being very determined to make something happen. A lump sum that you want, or you just want a nest egg, if you just want a cushion, something. You want this money for something. It's obviously going to do well for you. This talks about feeling good and proud of yourself. Oh my, Aquarius. This is really straightforward. Let's get some more here. Let's get some more. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cut card. This is either going to be kind of a sum up message, or it's going to be an additional message. Let's find out what we've got. It's the middle of the deck. Let's go. Boom. King of Cups. Okay. So while we're working on all of this, we're working on savings and things like that, you might want to kind of keep a little bit of this to yourself. You know, sometimes we're proud of ourselves. Hey, guess what? I saved X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, I'm doing this new program where I'm saving, you know, for such and such. That's great. And I'm not saying you can't talk to anybody like it's the, you know, a secret or something. But you might want to be careful of who you're telling your plans to, because the King of Cups is saying that you might have, you know, if you're talking to certain people, they might have responses or things to say to you that make you feel worse about your situation, or make you second guess yourself, or, you know, make you feel sad or unworthy. Haven't you ever had somebody like that where no matter what you tell them, they're always like, oh, that's great, but, you know, you don't want a yeah, but. You don't want a yeah, but in there. And this says you're going to probably have some yeah, buts. Now, does that mean what you want to purchase is something really that they feel like they need to warn you about or tell you about? Maybe. Is this just somebody telling you how they think you should budget your money and make this savings happen? Maybe. Either way, no matter how you look at it, this is saying you don't need that. You don't need that. And you be careful who you tell, because otherwise you're going to be getting feedback that you may not want, or that'll hurt your feelings, make you confused, make you second guess yourself, you know, that kind of a thing. So let's do this is our cut. I'm going to leave that there. Let's do an extra card and see if we can get an idea of what you might be looking at. What kind of decision is coming up about money? What we're going to do is we're just going to randomly select a card and see if we can get more. All right, so we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all, this is really talking a lot about, well, it's a success card. It is definitely something that will move forward. This says that you've got lots of gossip and pettiness going on. Somebody's talking to you. Somebody's going to be, you got to watch out who you tell. Somebody's going to be talking to you and talking about you if you reveal all of your things. Now, again, it's not a secret. It's not some, you know, special thing or whatever, but you just don't need the advice. You don't need the comments. This is going to be making you, this says the exact same thing. This is going to be making you not feel as good about yourself. This is also, though, a success, like I said, because this is saying that you can rise above this. You can just find your own way. You don't need all the other, you know, input that is potentially making you feel upset. We don't want that, right? So it is looking good. So right now, I think what's going on is your message is being really strong to save money. Save some money. And you're going to be having something kind of presented to you that you're going to be tempted to want to spend your money on. You know, for which then I think though you will successfully resist. And, you know, we need some patience. We need to nurture that savings account. We need to grow it. And then whatever purchase it is, investment, you know, whatever that is, you will be able to do once you have that savings built. And the advice in the meantime is watch who you're talking to about it, not because they're going to do anything terrible, but because, you know, their advice is going to be something that might make you just feel like, you know, makes you drop down and be like, oh, you know, makes you second guess yourself, feel like you've made a bad choice or, you know, whatever, something like that. Ooh, Aquarius, this is pretty straightforward. I hope this helped. Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear what you think of this reading. Please, yeah, make sure to drop a comment. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe on your way out. It really helps me out, and I never want you to miss out on a video. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Aries. This reading is for you. Here I have the Everyday Witch Tarot spread out with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy that way for readings. And what I'm going to do, I am going to give it a shuffle, and we are going to see what kind of messages we have for you. We're looking for messages. We're looking for advice. We're looking for a heads up on things. Let's see what we can get. All right, so let us see. Whoops, let us see. All right, so this card here, this is my energy card. That is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on surrounding your reading. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so what is going on for Aries? All right, so here's our energy card. The energy we have for you for this reading is Three of Swords. Three of Swords talks about the death of an idea. This talks about, you know, having something happening, going on, whether it's an idea that you were kind of trying to pursue. It could be a person that you're thinking, I don't want to be with this person anymore. Doesn't have to be. If that's not where you are, don't let that worry you. But it could be that, but it is the death of an idea of something that was important, something that doesn't feel good to end, but it might also on the same note, it doesn't feel good to end it, but you're feeling like it's necessary to end it at the same time. Does that make sense? So, yeah, so we're going to see how that pulls into the rest of our cards. I do think that somebody has been, an idea has been a person. I really do feel that. Perhaps, well, let me just back up. We'll start here. The devil. We've got the devil card. Never worry. The devil is not the devil. It's not an evil card. But the devil can sometimes talk about letting go unfair or unreasonable people. Remember the death of the idea I said, and it could be a relationship or a romantic partner. It could just be your baggage from your last romantic relationship. So if you're not with somebody, it could be that as well. So, but either way, it's running into the devil here. So it's saying, let go of unfair or unreasonable people. You know, we have a tendency to kind of glamorize things in our mind when it's over, like, oh, I remember that, or, oh, it wasn't as bad as I think it is, or blah, blah. But that is not true. That's not always true. So this is saying, let go of that. Let go of unreasonable people. Let go of things like that. You don't need that hanging on. That will only lead to more resentment, right? So we don't want that to happen. We've got our Seven of Swords here, and this talks about leaving something behind. These are swords, so these are thoughts and ideas. Remember, the death of an idea, the death of thoughts. I think by letting go of somebody who's unfair, now again, it's somebody you're with now or a memory, a baggage from your last relationship. They're still living in your head, then this is them. You see? The Seven of Swords now pops up, though, to say, leave that behind you. Let that go. This is, you know, when you are busy, so busy focused on something that's already passed or somebody else's business, you know, that it's somebody else's thoughts, like we're all worried about what they think or what they're going to do. We are giving our power to them. They are stealing our time, our thoughts. They're living in our head. Well, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that at all. We're in charge of our mind, right? So this is talking about leaving somebody behind, which again, I'm feeling like is a person or is a memory of a person in a relationship type of situation. Okay. So next we have our Chariot. The Chariot, this is great because this is saying, you know what, let this behind. The death of an idea. The idea was, hey, we're going to work out. Or the idea of, hey, remember all that crap I went through before. Either way, let it go. Goodbye to that. And now we're going. Now we're cooking. We are with the Chariot. This is talking about things moving forward. This says choose your own path. Get excited and move forward. Let's go. This talks about clearing out the clutter of your life, like not letting things get in your way. What things, you might ask? This, the thoughts. Well, I meant to pick up this one. The thoughts, the death of something that is, an idea, got to get rid of that. And this, the unfair and unreasonable person, situation that's hanging on in your memory, those are the things. We got to move on from that, and we're going to fly forward with our Chariot. Now, this is something that should be an exciting change. So it's not like being forced out or, this is a choice. This is a choice of yours, I mean. And it's all about, again, being excited about it. It can sometimes pop up when some unexpected travel might be in the picture. So, so something's looking really good. All right, let's find out what else is going on. We're going to pull an outcome card. This is the middle of the deck, and this is either going to be a sum up of the rest that we've gotten, or it will be an additional message for you. Ready? Go. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. All right, this is our outcome energy. This is more advice for you, following along the same line that we were on this path. So this is a Six of Cups. Cups is about love, emotion, feelings, things like that. This is telling you how. This is going to tell you how. We already know we're going to let go of some resentments, right? We already know that's one of the hows, right? We're going to let it go. Then we're going to choose our path. We are just going to have confidence in ourselves, and we are just going to move forward. How are we going to do that? With our Six of Cups energy, this is saying that somebody either from your past might be a good source of help, distraction, advice, comfort. Somebody from your past, you might, and now again, we're talking, if it's in your head that it's a past relationship, we are not talking about the same person. That's not the same. That person that you're leaving or you left prior was not the right one. This is talking about somebody from your past, which could be a sibling. It could be friends. It could be an old person, that you used to hang out with all the time or that you dated for a really long time. So, either sense, you're going to be looking for somebody in the past to help you out with that. Again, this is Cups. So this is feelings, emotion, things like that. And I always call this card the warm fuzzy card. This is our warm fuzzy. This is also reminding you that you should always be enjoying the moment instead of living in the past. Remember what I just said about letting somebody live in our head and taking up our time and things like that? No, we're not going to do that. This is a very clear, warm and fuzzy, good feeling card. So if there's any fear or any bad emotional kind of trauma that you have to kind of go through, in the end, it is going to be okay. So kind of be watching. Is this a current relationship that you're kind of feeling about? Is this a memory of a person who you've got just kind of carrying some baggage from that old relationship? If it's neither of those in the romance department, it could be a friend that you're close to, a family member. If it's a family member, that's a little harder to say walk away. Obviously, that might add some complication. But do you see what I mean? Somebody who has a strong emotional connection to you. So if it's not a romantic, if you're feeling like, no, it's not romantic at all, that would be why the reason would be. I get the impression it is more of a romantic thing. But again, anything that would be important to you, a strong emotional attachment. Woo! Let me know what you think. I would love to know what you're thinking. Please give me some feedback. Drop a comment in the description of the video. I would love that. And of course, for any of you that have not subscribed, please hit subscribe for me. It will help me out so much. And that way you'll never miss out on another video. All right, my friend, thank you for letting me read for you. Hey there, Cancer. This reading is for you. I have the Wizard's Tarot spread out here and my clear quartz to open up the energy for your reading. So let's take a look at what might be coming for you, Cancer. What kind of messages we might get, or what kind of things we might want to pay attention to. We're going to take a look. I'm going to give it a quick shuffle here, and then we'll get started. All right, so let us see what we've got for you. Want to see what is coming, what we need to pay attention to. All right, so let's see here what we've got. This card here, this serves as my energy card. So this will be the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on regarding your reading. So what have we got? Let's just take a look. 8 of Cups. All right. So it looks to me like something is coming in. Something is coming in that's going to make you kind of want to leave things behind and go search for more. This is Cups. So Cups is a suit of love and emotion and feelings. So it could involve romance, or, you know, something else that is important to you in a feeling kind of emotional capacity. I mean, look at our wizard here. He's got all these cups here, but yet he's saying, all right, I'm going off looking for more. He's bringing his broom because he's got his suitcase. He's ready to go look for more. And yeah, so this is our overarching energy. Let's see how it pulls into the rest of our cards, because it will influence these. All right, so walking away to find more. And what I'm seeing right here is, yeah, you're walking away from something for sure. Based on these, I can definitely tell. Okay, here's our 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is saying, hurry up. The 7 of Wands says, I'm going to move quickly. This is about speed. This is about change. This is about fast movement. Being Wands, it's about growth and effort and things like that. So it looks like this is kind of a personal growth thing for you. I'm not sure if you've just ended a relationship or you're maybe considering ending a relationship. That's kind of what's coming to mind here. Again, if it's not relationship based, it is definitely something that has an emotional connection to you. So, so yeah. So again, our 7 of Wands talks about speedy change. Things are moving. Next, we have the Moon card. This card is all about the next phase of your life. Okay, so just think of the moon. The moon is, well, it's called the moon, but I always think of the moon because the moon obviously is always moving. I mean, we've got it. You're never going to bed worried if the moon's going to be there, are you? You know there's going to be a full moon each month. You know that, you know, all these things. It's like the cycles of the moon. So again, we're looking at the next stage in our growth, in our life. We're ready to open a new chapter. Now, I've got more to confirm that. We've got our Death card. Now, don't worry. This doesn't mean anybody's dying. That's not it at all. The death card talks about ending something and beginning something new. We are seeing that, you know, right here, looking for more. I feel like you're looking for more. You're looking for some kind of emotional connection, or some kind of emotional reward. You're looking for something, and it might involve another person if you are with somebody. Yeah, here we've got our 7 of Wands. Again, something quickly is coming in. There is some kind of change. You're trying to make a forward movement. Look at him. He's rocking forward, isn't he? And you're like, ready, let's go, right? And then again, the next chapter of your life is coming, the next phase. This talks about don't give in to emotional pressure, because sometimes, you know, that this card pops up when we're getting emotional pressure. Again, if it's a relationship ending, you can imagine what that might be. If it's not a relationship ending, you know, you're probably getting advice from people that you've shared this issue with, and the advice is maybe good, maybe bad, and you might be feeling like an obligation to take people's advice, or, you know, whatever. You don't have it taken up. There's no obligation to take people's advice. It's like somebody's handing you something. Here, you can have this, and you can either say, no thanks, or you can go, ooh, thank you. And it's not mean, it's not rude. You don't even have to say anything. People can say their advice, and you can go, okay, thanks, and then do whatever you want with it, because, you know, you follow what you know. You know, this card is also a good one for talking about kind of knowing the way and things like that. So it's a good intuitive card. So you know what to do. And again, back to death. This is where things are really going to change. This is the natural change. It's kind of like saying no once and for all. Like, I'm done. I'm going to say no. That's where I keep going back to relationship, you know. So I'm not sure. But again, if it's not relationship, then it's definitely something that has an emotional component. You know, friends, family, somebody close to you, maybe a project that you've been working on that you're ready to kind of leave behind. But you felt guilty, you know, so you wanted to keep doing it and finish it, or, you know, do you see what I mean? It's an emotional component. All right, so let's look at our cut card. This is the middle of the deck, and this is the energy of the, like a sum up energy or another message. Let's see what we've got. All right, Queen of Swords, you got to get tough with yourself. You need to have some real conversations. It looks like you might need to have a talk with yourself. And remember what I said about the emotional pressure. That's the talk. That's the talk. Do not give in to emotional pressure. The Queen of Swords also pops up when we're needing to talk to other people about things, like when we need to tell it like it is. You know, we're going to be blunt, we're going to be honest, and we're going to tell it like it is. This card also pops up when we've got legal things going on. So again, this is just really strong. I feel like it's some kind of a relationship ending. But again, it could be anything like I described already. I won't keep rambling and repeat myself, but yeah. Anyway, so we might be looking at some legal stuff coming up. We might see this because we need to get a little tougher with ourselves to avoid some of this emotional pressure or guilt that we experience. And we might have to have a conversation with somebody else and kind of tell them, you know, look, this is what's up. This is what we're doing. This is what I need. This is what's going on. You know, and whatever that looks like to your unique situation. But, ooh, this was really strong. Please drop a comment. Let me know. I want to hear what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are, and give me some feedback. I would love it. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe. It helps me out so much, and I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. All right, Capricorn, let's find out what kind of messages we have for you. Here I have the Witch's Tarot spread out with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy that way for readings. Now let's see, we're going to give it a shuffle, and we're going to see what messages we have for you, Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's find out, Capricorn. This card here, that's my energy card. That is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on, and it will affect each of our other cards. Oops, there we go. All right, so let me get that out of the way. Kind of distracting. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got. Ooh, changes coming up, Capricorn. Ooh, okay, let's find out what we've got. As I said, this is the energy card, so this is the Page of Pentacles. What this is saying is there is some kind of financial opportunity coming up for you. This is kind of like the manifestation page. You know, this page makes things happen. This is about skills. This is about, well, again, it's about a financial opportunity. It is Pentacles. So Pentacles is the suit of everyday life, your physical world. So money, home, health, career, school, you know, all of those kinds of things. But this card specifically talks about a financial opportunity coming your way. Our page moves slowly because our page is thinking, our page is planning, our page is a hard worker. So typically moving slowly, but moving. So it's not like slow, meaning not making any progress, but it's very calculated stages. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're doing these things. We got a new opportunity coming in, something about finance, or at the very least, something about your everyday life. I'm going to stick with finance, though, for the most part. We're looking, so what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, something big is coming. Something big is coming. This is a big change. This is the Tower. So this emphasizes big changes, changes of consequence, you know, so big things. Not a change like, hey, I need to reschedule lunch. You know, that's a change, but that's not the kind of change we're talking about here. We're talking about something large, something big. And it's also a component of rebuilding, a time to rebuild something. So I'm not sure what might be going on in your life currently, but this implies that you're going to be able to deal with that, put it back on track, and make a change because of it. It's almost like something is going to happen that sort of makes you make a change. Do you see? Our tower, again, it looks terrible, right? Like there's fire, lightning, people falling out of the... But cards are all about symbolism, and the reason everybody's falling and all this crazy stuff is going on is because it needs to let us know that it's a big deal. So something big is coming, not something stupid like let's reschedule lunch, but something big. Now, you have the ability to work with this change, work with this new information, work with the new opportunity. In fact, you're going to be very, very good at that. How do I know that? Well, we've got that as our energy, but we also have our Six of Wands. This is the victory card, literally. If I had to write just a couple words to remember what this means, I would write victory. I would write recognition. This is a very successful card. However, it is a card that talks about victory with more work that needs to be done. So it implies almost like it's going to be in phases. And that's probably why you move slowly, because you need to address things as they come up. This, again, success, victory with more that needs to be done. But it gives you that confidence that you know you can deal with it because we have our page. Now here, with our Ten of Wands, this talks about the burden of success. So, you know, we're going to be victorious here. I do think it has to do with money and something new coming in that's going to be forcing you almost to make a change, or making it so you can't ignore it. You know, it doesn't have to be bad, but something is happening. You're going to do well with it. But that also leads you to more to do. Remember what I said, victory with more work to be done. And look at our Ten of Wands, carrying all those things. So more work that needs to be done. And symbolically, we might say, boy, it doesn't sound like so great to carry all those wands. They look like a lot. Well, the point is, the thing I want to point out is, yes, while it is a lot, Look at our guy. He's standing up. He is not hunched over. He's not falling. He's not crying. This is something that you're going to be able to handle, but you should be prepared that it is going to be a lot of well, the burden of success. You're doing well, but now you got to do step 2, step 3, or, you know, whatever. And, you know, it might be a lot, but you are pulling in your natural leadership. You're pulling in your natural drive and strength to make it happen. Look at him. If you imagine the symbolism, he's carrying all these things and he's going to the castle. Well, he's almost there, right? So this implies that you will have success. You need to keep your foot on the gas, and I don't mean go fast. I just mean making the effort. And our Pentacles here tells me that you are going to be successful at that. Let's take a look at our cut card. This is either another message or kind of like a sum up message. Let's see what we've got. Ready? Boom. The shadow side. Okay, so this is the devil. So, all right, this is, now, first of all, the devil is not the devil, so don't worry. It's not an evil card. But what it does say is you are going to have the temptation to stop working on this, to stop paying attention to this, to not really give it the full attention it needs. You're going to be tempted by other things. And that could be something like, oh, my friends are asking me out and I'm busy. Or it could be something like, I'm bored of that and I want to try something new. Or, ooh, a new show came on TV and I'd rather binge that for hours a day. I mean, I'm just obviously making up things, but there is something that's going to be tempting you to take your time and attention away. So you need to get back on this, because moving slowly, having that patience and keeping your foot on the gas, continuing to make the effort is going to bring you success, and it's going to get you to that castle like our guy here. That is awesome. And this is great advice too. So know that whatever it is that's coming, or you know what, maybe you've already started on something. This is my near future spread. So this would imply that if this is already happening for you, clearly we know what that means. But if not, that would mean it is on its way. So, you know, kind of be ready for that and realize that you might be tempted to not be paying attention to it, which would obviously derail the thing that you're working toward. And lastly, the thing you're working toward is very strongly going to be something in your physical world. And I'm really getting that it has something to do with money or career. So yeah, ooh, Capricorn. Oh my goodness. I hope this made sense. Drop me a comment. I would love to hear what you think. Does this apply? Is something going on already? Maybe. If not, you know, something's on its way and it looks like money, money, money. That looks good. All right, my friend, make sure you hit subscribe on your way out. It makes such a difference for me and I would greatly appreciate it. And I never want you to miss out on another video. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey, Gemini, this reading is for you. I have the Arcanum Tarot spread out here with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy that way for readings. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the cards a shuffle. And we are going to see what kind of information we can get for you. We're looking for any kind of messages, any kind of guidance, any kind of news that we can get for you, Gemini. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so let us see what we've got. All right, this card here, this is my energy card. This is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on. And it will serve as a clarifier for the rest of our cards. So it will influence these here. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got going on, Gemini. All right, okay. So this here, as I said, is the energy card. And we've got Temperance. Temperance is all about balance. This is, balance and harmony. You know, we all want to have balance in our life. But this popping up as our energy card tells me that you do have the ability to really kind of keep things in balance. If you're feeling right now like your life is feeling a little out of balance, then this is also popping up to let you know that balance is around the corner. You know, this is one of the majors. So this talks more about a theme in your life, that you're able to achieve that balance. This can also pop up when we are looking for like a return to good health, you know. So if you're dealing with any of those kinds of things, this is good news for you. But one other thing I do want to mention about this card, it is an important card about letting resentments go. This is a card that pops up when you need to let go of things that are bothering you, things you're holding on to, grudges, you know, being stubborn and still thinking about something, you know, or walking around resentful, you know, thinking when someone or such and such, you know. Resentment can be aimed at a person or a situation. Like you can be resentful of your life, resentful of this or that. So it could be any of the above or all of the above, but it's a good card to say, get back to balance and get rid of that resentment. Okay. So let's see how that all plays in. Ooh, we got our Two of Cups. All right. This is a love card. Two of Cups. It's about partnership. This is cups, so it's love and emotion, feelings, romance. And this often pops up for somebody who is needing to kind of reconnect with somebody. Now, if you're married, reconnect with your spouse obviously would make sense. If you're with somebody in a relationship, same applies. If you're single, this is talking about something coming. This means something is coming. So it does apply to all three situations, depending on where you are in your relationship. Something is coming. Now we need balance. Of course, we need to have balance in order to make any kind of relationship work. Two people is a partnership. It's about balance. Gemini, you're the twins. So interesting, isn't it? So let's see what this one is. We've got our Queen of Cups. This is another love card. I'm gonna say somebody's coming. Somebody in the romantic department is either on their way, or you just met them, or you're already together. And in that case, it would be talking about your relationship. So this is either a relationship you already are in, or you're going to be starting. I said that. It took me forever to say that. I'm sorry. I kind of rambled. Okay. All right. I hope you understand what I meant. Next, we have the Devil. Now, remember, this card here was about not letting resentments creep in and letting them go, get back to harmony. The Devil card is saying the same thing. First off, do not worry. The Devil card is not the devil. It's not evil. This just pops up to let you know that resentments are building up inside. You need to let something out. There is something that, you know, whether it's some kind of, I think it's with your partner or your soon-to-be partner. You've got some resentments going on. This card here, the Queen of Cups, it's another love card, but this also tells me that you might not really be able to express yourself in the way that you want to or the way that you need to. You are a little bit afraid of being told that you're wrong or incorrect, or, you know, this is somebody who doesn't like to be criticized. Because it is a Court card, I am going to say that this is probably talking about your personality. And the strong messages, these two are really strong, being majors, is about not allowing that resentment to push you off the edge. We need to get back to harmony. And again, I think it is a relationship. You need to get that relationship in harmony. Now, you know, if you don't, you know, getting upset about things, now you got to think about it. Maybe you need to toughen up a little bit. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you ignore what's going on or something that deserves your attention or clearly, obviously would make you upset or whatever. I'm not saying don't address that. It might be something you need to actively address, like with your communication, you know, and so forth. Check in with yourself, though, too, and make sure you're just not being overly dramatic, right? But no matter which the case is, I'm seeing that you're feeling pretty resentful about something, and it's likely to do with a partner, a romantic partner, or somebody in a love kind of situation. All right, we're going to pull the Cut card. This is the middle of the deck, and this will be either another message for you or kind of a sum up for what we've already gotten. Okay, ready? Boom. Ooh, okay. All right. You're not able to see very clearly right now, I think. You are not able to see very clearly right now. I think you are overwhelming yourself with, thinking of all the different options you might have in terms of how to handle this love, whether it's a partner, whether it's, anything else like we already discussed. I think you're afraid to make a move. I don't think you know what to choose, how to approach it, what to do next, those kinds of choices. This is all about love because it's cups. So these are the choices that you would make about your Two of Cups moment, right? Now, we've got all these other things saying resentments building up. This card also, which I forgot to say, it says, use your power, open your mouth, have that communication. Don't be a jerk and don't be a crazy drama person, but you need to use your power. Instead of sitting there feeling resentful about things, do something about it, my friend. That's what this is saying. You might have multiple ideas about what to do here, and you might be confused as to what to do. Let's pull another one and see what happens after this Seven of Cups. Okay, so we're going to pull another one. This one I'm just going to randomly select in the middle of the deck. Success. All right, you've got your Nine of Pentacles card. If I had to write one word on this card to remember what it means, I would literally write success. This is about feeling kind of like a small paradise. You're feeling like you're in the moment. You are appreciative of what's around you. You are, feeling good, feeling well connected. Now, this often will point in the direction of saying you need some time. Whatever you're resentful of, or if you maybe haven't met this person, that takes time, right? You got to take time. It takes a little time to kind of work through that resentment. You have to let it go. And so therefore, it might be you need to give yourself some time. As far as this partnership, especially if you're single, perhaps you haven't met this person quite yet, but they're on their way. This is my near future spread, and this is a timeless message. So that means wherever you are, whenever you are seeing this, you have been drawn to the information. So when you're watching this, it's saying that this will be happening relatively soon. We see this person coming in. And again, if you're in a relationship, then you already realize what that means. So any scenario that you are experiencing yourself, the end result looks to be very, very positive. And the key to getting there is to give things some time. You're probably going to need some time to think when you're presented with all these different choices, or you have all these different things that you might want to do. You need some time to figure it out. And one last thing about this card, it tells you to remember to look at what is good around you, the small things, the little things. Pull yourself out of your Queen of Cups emotional state. Don't be so, don't go into the drama. Don't be so easily offended when somebody says something to you. Take some time, process it, and figure out what you need to do next. Ooh, Gemini. Ooh, I hope this helped. Drop me a comment. Let me know. How does this sound? Does this make sense in your life? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe. I want to make sure you never miss anything, but also it really helps me out, and I really would appreciate it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Leo. This reading is for you. I have the In-Between Tarot spread out here with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings that way to get the energy flowing. So what I'm going to do, I am going to give the cards a shuffle, and we are going to find out what kind of messages or information, what you need to know, Leo. We're going to find out what you need to know. Okay, so let's find out. This card here, that's my energy card. That is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on. So let's find out what we've got. All right, our energy card will affect all of these cards. They will influence the meanings. So let's see what we've got. All right, for our energy, we have the 8 of Coins. Coins is Pentacles. This is talking about being very determined. You know, really the need for hard work and focus. This talks about, you know, really being able to pay attention to the details, looking out for the little signs, the little cues, and working hard to achieve something. This talks also about needing to have patience, because sometimes the best things are worth waiting for. They also take the most effort and so forth. So this implies that this is something that you would, you know, with your dedication, like I said, it's determination, focus, hard work. With your dedication, you will be successful. So let's see what these are and how this pulls in. But that's pretty important right there. All right, so we've got the 5 of Coins. I want to point out, we've got 8 of Coins as our energy. We've got our 5 of Coins here. We have the Hermit. But we have the Knight of Coins here. So coins, 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 pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. So what we're talking about here in this message is something involving your everyday life, your everyday physical world. So we're talking about money, career, home, health, school, you know, anything that's going on in your regular excuse me, your regular life, your everyday physical type of world. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. We've got the 5 of Coins. This is all about having a strong, trusted person with you that you can rely on, that you can, you know that they're going to have your back and that you're going to have their back, and that you're both working toward the same thing. There is something going on that your partnership with somebody is the way it's going to get to that successful moment that I mentioned here with our 8 of Coins. So it looks like you want to be looking at your circle, you know, seeing who's in your world right now that would be a good, solid person to, you know, work in lockstep with and trying to achieve something. Now, if you're thinking, well, nothing's happening right now, well, then that means that this is coming. We are looking at the near future here. Now, whenever you are watching this video, this is a timeless message, so this would apply to you and your near future. So this, if it has not presented itself a reason for you to feel like this makes sense right now, this card, our energy, then it will be soon. We're talking about an event. We're talking about something coming up. And you're going to want to look to a friend or a close advisor, somebody that you feel really comfortable with. The Hermit also says, though, even though you're going to be working with a friend to help you figure out what to do, this says you also need to not just rely on other people. You need to be able to rely on yourself. Our Hermit, you know, he's sitting there, well, by himself, right? The Hermit is all alone. The Hermit talks about taking a step back from things. It talks about listening. It talks about taking the time you need. And it also is saying, you know, other people, you know, you can rely on them. And this card suggests that you will be, or that you need to be. But you also have to be not just relying on them. You have to be relying on yourself too. This is a very wise card. So this says that, you know, you have that wisdom inside to know what to do, right? Okay. So next we have the Knight of Coins. This is our Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is very much a hard worker. This is very much somebody who plans things, who wants to, who's ready to wait and have that patience. Remember what I said? Wow, we've got some things, you know, the patience comes up big here, and then it's coming up here again. And it's, notice, on the beginning, and here we have it on the end of the spread. So it's almost like it's sandwiching these in. So that's very strong. So things, you know, planning, you're going to need to have some patience. What's coming up for you, I wonder? What are you maybe dealing with at this moment that would make you kind of think, you know, okay, I know exactly what that is. We want to pull another one just to see, because I'm not getting a clear read on what it is, other than it has something to do with everyday, your physical life, your world. Let's pull another one. And we're going to go ahead and pull an outcome as well. But let's just get in one more on the end of this sucker. Oh my goodness, it's coins again. Oh, you've got something going on in your physical world. Our King of Coins talks about somebody who can be like who's like an older influence. Remember what I said? Getting some help from somebody, maybe working in lockstep with somebody. This person is likely older than you, or at least more experienced than you, if not chronologic and age older. But we've got 3 cards pointing out to somebody older. We've got, or excuse me, 2 cards. We've got this one here, the Hermit, and we've got this one here, the King. So we've got 2 cards popping up that you might want to be thinking about or on the lookout for, somebody who is maybe a little older than you, a little wiser, a little more experienced, that kind of a thing. That's what we're looking out for. And again, it is coming through so strong that this is about your physical world. What's in our physical world? Home, health, career, money, school, your car, your time. Social media, I include that in Pentacles as well, even though social media is a form of communication, which is actually the Suit of Swords. However, how much time do we spend on social media every day? I'm sure all of us can say at one time or another, we spent way too much time. So it's part of our physical day though, right? Our physical world. So I include social media in there as well. So time, you know, these are some things that are going on. That's where you're likely going to see this new challenge or this new opportunity presenting itself. Let's take a look at the cut card. This is either going to be a sum up message or it is going to be an additional message. Okay, ready? Boom. If it was going to be a Pentacles, I was just going to fall out of my chair. But it's Cups. So we've got our 3 of Cups. This is driving it home even stronger. You're going to be working with somebody. It's interesting because the Hermit sometimes indicates being alone, but in the case of your question, which is what's coming up for me, but and because of the surrounding cards, this is more about taking time to listen to the person you actually are getting guidance from. This 3 of Cups talks about a celebration. It involves more than one person. It's usually a social component to it, which in this case is going to involve your person there, your older person, your wiser, more experienced person, and it indicates a celebration. So there is some real success coming from your connection to this person. This is somebody, now you might already know who this is. You might be like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. But this is somebody you should be on the lookout for if you're not already ready to say who it is. Likely going to be a man, likely going to be somebody older. Could be a woman, but most likely it's a man, because we have a couple different things saying that. But yeah, this is looking good. So I wonder what it is that, do you already know? This card here, our 8 of Coins, this is what's telling me that, you know, you have the ability to pick up on little cues and little things. Something is going to come up that's going to require you to either help solve a problem for somebody, for yourself maybe, but that problem is what you're going to be better served by working with somebody, getting their advice, kind of like a mentor kind of situation. And it's something in your everyday life. Some kind of challenge is coming, and work with that mentor person and the success is there for you right there. Ooh, Leo. Ooh, you need to tell me what you think. Please drop a comment. I would love to hear how this made sense for you, or if it didn't make sense for you. Give me some feedback. I would love to know. And also, if you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe for me. It helps me out so much. And also, I don't want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Libra. This is your reading. I am also a Libra, so a big special hello to you from a fellow Libran. Today, I have the Mystical Manga Tarot spread out here for your reading, Libra, with our clear quartz to open up the energy. All right, so let's take a look and see what's going on for you, Libra, and for me. I want to see. All right, let's find out. Okay. That is my energy card there. This is our spread. We will also pull an outcome card, so we will add to this as we go along. All right, so let us see what the the energy is. The energy, okay, so we've got a lot of overthinking going on right now, don't we, Libra? Seriously, this card could be like almost my everyday card because I'm an overthinker. But what the energy is looking like, you are potentially overthinking a lot of things. This card pops up when we have something on our mind that is really pervasive, you know, something that keeps creeping in. It often indicates like being kept up at night, thinking about things symbolically, keep being kept up at night, or maybe literally, who knows? Let's see what else we've got though. Oh, yeah. Okay. Libra, things are going great. This makes sense to me too, actually. I'm a Libra, of course, that makes sense. What I'm seeing here is, you know, the overthinking. You are very much wanting just to be happy. I mean, this sounds ridiculous because who doesn't want to be happy, right? Of course you do. But this sounds like this is something like you're just wanting to get something maybe back on track. Maybe you're wanting something to kind of come together. Maybe you need something to click. But you're feeling like that happiness is kind of just right out of your reach. Or that you might even be feeling like something keeps getting in the way of your happiness. And somehow it's just right out of reach, you know? Think about that with our overthinking card. Think and think. But, you know, feeling like, you know, this is what I want. I want a 10 of Cups moment. 10 of Cups is all about feelings, emotions, and it's the 10. This is the completion. This is about having that full emotional satisfaction because you're happy with your life. You're happy with the outcome of something that you're working on, your relationships. You know, it could be anything that makes you feel good. So, but you're overthinking it. I think you feel like things are just getting in your way. Libra, you might have the tendency to get yourself out of balance because you want this so much. You are oftentimes carried away by excitement and thinking, this is it. I'm going to try a new thing. Hey, there's nothing better than being willing to jump in and try new things. I mean, that's a good thing. But when we are just running in super excited and not really thinking of the consequences or the full spectrum of what the alternatives are, you know what I'm saying? We need to give it a little more thought before just jumping in so excited and not getting things done the right way just because we're so excited. We might not see it. Do you see what I mean? Here we have our Devil card, and this is saying the same thing. You have way more power than you're using. You are, and by power, I'm not talking about like brute force, like you're going to go in and I have power. No, I'm thinking there's more power that you have than there is more power than you're using. There, I couldn't spit it out. More power than you're using. You have to use your voice. You have to trust your instincts, and you have to know that you do have the skills to resolve, to create, whatever it is that you're working on. Things make you excited. Things get you really wanting to get in there and try new things. a good quality in some respects, but also when you don't have that second step, that, you know, in your mind, when you just get excited and run in without planning, without thinking, what happens to us, Libra? We get out of balance then, don't we? We like balance. We want everybody to be happy. We want all those things. We want this. We want everybody to be happy, including ourselves. But we forget our power. We forget our power and how we can influence things. We might even go with the flow because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, right? This is sounding pretty Libra-ish already, just pretty quick out of the gate. But why is this showing up? This is kind of stuff we might already know, that we're overthinkers, that we want balance, that we want harmony. This is all pretty much well known. Well, I think the reason this is popping up for you right now, Libra, is because there must be something currently going on, actively happening in your experience, or just about to, if it's not already, because this is my near future, that is going to, you know, cycle it through again. Now I'm thinking about this and I'm overthinking it. I don't know what to do. I want everybody to be happy. I want to be happy, but I'm excited. Let's try something new. Let's maybe make everybody happy by doing X, Y, Z. And then maybe I'm going to follow somebody else's desires rather than not look into my own. You need to pay attention to yourself. There is something coming up, or something that you are currently dealing with, that is going to require that you know, being nice and making sure that people are happy is another good quality. Yes, but not at the sacrifice of the success of the project or our own happiness, right? Okay. This is I'm getting a little bit like, because this is a message for me too. And I don't know about you, but I can certainly say, well, yeah, holy crap. Okay, so let's look at the cut card. This is either going to be another message, or it'll be kind of like a sum up. Okay, ready? Go. Justice. Oh my God, Libra. What more of a perfect card for us? Look at, she holds the scales. She's the justice. She's the balance. Balance. Oh my gosh, Libra. Balance, 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 balance. This is saying that you will be able to achieve the balance. Whatever this is, I do believe it's a situation coming up or currently going on that you need to, instead of sitting there worried about what everybody else is thinking, what everybody else wants, you have to move ahead and try new things to solve your problem, to create your reality, whatever it is you're trying to work on. And in order to do that, though, you just need to plow forward, not be worried so much about what other people think or do, or the emotional component of that, which we all know, Libra, we can really be sabotaged by worrying about other people's feelings, right? And anyway, you need the balance. The balance is going to be there. You just need to be assertive. You need to, and assertive doesn't mean mean. Assertive just means assertive. I mean, it's just being forceful in the sense of thoughtful about other people's feelings. We're not going to go in and be an asshole, you know, but we got to tell it like it is and take charge. We got to step up. We got to be the leader. We are the balance people. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. Not to say we can't be leaders or that we're not leaders in some areas of our life, but in this instance, whatever this reading is popping up for you, you need to be a leader. You need to be a leader. You need to trust yourself, and you need to move forward with planning. Have that excitement, but be thinking forward, and get rid of the other people, the thoughts of the other people. Oh my gosh, Libra, what do you think? Write a comment. I'm telling you, I'm a Libra, so I'm going to tell you what I think. I think this is pretty dead on. And I have a couple things that I think this applies to that are currently going on in my life. And, you know, like I said to you earlier, if it's not currently going on, it would be something that's about to be popping up for you, because this is the near future spread. So yeah, drop a comment. Let me know. All right, my fellow Libra, please hit subscribe before you head out. It would mean a lot to me, and I never want you to miss out. And I want to thank you for letting me read for you. Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. Here I have the Today's Journey Tarot spread out with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy this way. Let's give the cards a shuffle and see what we can get for you, Pisces. Now we're looking for, We're looking for messages. We're looking for any advice. We're looking for a heads up on something if need be. We want whatever we can get for Pisces. 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 All right, let's get a shuffle. Okay, let's see what we've got. Here's my energy card. This is the spread. All right. So as I said, this is my energy card. That will be the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on regarding your reading. Okay, so what have we got? All right, for our energy, we have One of Fire. This is the Ace of Wands. This is a growth card, and if you can tell by just looking at that picture, it's all about fire, heat, passion. It's about things moving forward, things that are going to help you to grow, things that are going to help to keep you evolving on your path of life. You know, things are happening. This could also be any kind of thing in your life right now that would help to advance you, meaning take you to that next level. So this could be a lot of things. It could be, you know, anything that's involving growth on your part, right? All right, so what have we got here? We've got our Five of Earth. This is Pentacles. This is about feeling like being a little bit shut out of something. You know what? I'm wondering if somebody else in your world, in your life, you know, in your circle, has kind of been making you feel a little left out. Maybe they're not doing it like specifically to you, like, hi, we're going to go make plans and we're not going to invite you. I don't mean that kind of leaving out. I mean, maybe they're doing really well and you're not feeling like you're doing well. Maybe they've got a really happy relationship and you feel like you don't have a happy relationship. You know, something like, you know, in that nature, you know, what you might be feeling just left out. And you're not really seeing a way to kind of move forward with that. You are really focused on what you're not getting instead of what you are. Now, if you're interested in the law of attraction, you would know that the more we focus on what we don't have, the more of what we don't have we get. We get more instances to say, we don't have this. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're focused on, for example, I don't have a job, and then you keep saying, I don't have a job, I don't have a job. Well, you're going to have more instances for you to be able to say, I don't have a job. What we need to do, now again, you can't lie to yourself, you can't deny reality. You said, my great job is coming. Picture yourself there. You know, these are things we're looking about anticipation. We're looking at being positive thinking, you know, not going that negative route. And with that, you're just going to take off. So you right here, this is a blip. I don't mean to say it this way, but I don't want you to have like a pity party. I don't want you sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, because you don't need to. You do not need to. So something new is coming. There is a new opportunity. Either it just presented itself or it's just about to be presenting itself to you. And you're going to be able to take that and run. You've been sitting here kind of feeling maybe like everybody else has this or that, or I always thought I would have this or that in my life and I don't. And you're focused on something you don't have instead of focusing on what you do. But if you can put that to bed, make that go away. Here we go. We got the Youth of Fire. This is our Knight of Wands. Remember what I I dropped it. There we have our One, which is our Ace, and here we have our Knight. So here's the new seed. That new way to grow is going to be fueled by not focusing on what we don't have or comparing ourselves to others. Once we stop doing that, we can fly forward on this motorcycle with our hair in the wind, just like this person here. You know, the Youth of Fire, the Knight of Fire, you know, really gets things going, is very much an outgoing person. This is, well, somebody with a lot of energy, passion, fire, just like I said with our suit. Where's he going? He's running right into our Nine of Earth, which is Pentacles. This is the success card. This card pops up when we are talking about success for an event, for a situation, for a new endeavor. It's going to be successful. So a new endeavor, what am I talking about? Well, whatever this new opportunity is that is presenting itself to you, if you can get out of your head, like we talked about there, and run forward, just run with it. Just do it. Go with it. Use your head, of course. Don't do something just because the tarot said so, of course. But this looks like just do it. You know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from that, because it will be successful. And one of the things that will help you to be successful is to kind of be thinking about enjoying the little small things in life. You know, looking for the small successes instead of just sitting there waiting for some big, you know, imagine, you know, small success would be the small things, I mean, in life are harder to notice or pay attention to sometimes, but sometimes they mean the most. And they're what we're going to be able to find more each day. If you're in sales, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those are the bluebirds. When you're in sales and you get a sale that just pretty much fell in your lap because it just was going to happen no matter what, it had nothing really to do with you, it just sort of fell in your lap. It's called the bluebird. So, you know, look for the little things, look for the bluebirds. All right, let's get an outcome card. Now, this is either going to be a sum up of what we've already talked about, or it will be an additional message. So let's take a look. Excuse me. Okay, ready? This is the middle of the deck. So this is the cut card. Let's go. Boom. Choice. All right. So this is the Hanged Man. This is talking about letting things go. What are we letting go? We're letting go comparing ourselves to others. We are letting go of, you know, feeling like we're not good enough or we don't have enough because somebody else has something better, you know, whatever that might be, or whatever's making you feel trapped or stuck. We're going to let go of all that. We've got a choice, just as this card says. This is the Hanged Man. This talks about letting go of all that BS. Don't just accept the situation, you know what, and try to see what you can do with it. You know, I always think about it in terms of like a hand of cards. You know, if you're playing cards, I mean, and I don't play cards, so I don't know how to do any of the games, but just say poker, I guess. And you got cards and you've got crappy cards. You're like, I can't do anything with this. Do you just throw them all down and walk away? Forget it. No. Do you cry? I don't have the right cards. No. What do? You take your cards and you try to rearrange them and see how you might be able to make them work, right? That's what you need to do. Look at the little things. Be grateful for those little things. Keep your foot on the gas. Stop comparing yourselves to others. Stop being resentful of what you perceive to be holding you back. Oh, my wife, my kids, my husband, my job, my this, blah, 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 blah. No, don't do that. Let go of all that. Look at it differently. You know now what to do to look at it differently. You need to do that, because otherwise you're going to be in a cycle. You're going to be repeating things, and you're going to be, you know, making stuff happen and getting started on it. And then you're going to be back to sitting like this lady, sitting there at the, well, she's looking at her husband, obviously, or a family member of some kind, and feeling sad. But the point of that was, you know, being kept out. You know, you don't want to keep comparing yourselves to other people. You don't want to be mad about your life holding you back. You got to accept what's there, learn how to deal with it, rearrange your cards, make a new hand, and see what's going to happen. And what the cards are suggesting, if you do that, what's going to happen is success. Ooh, Pisces. Ooh, I hope that made sense. Please drop a comment. I would love to know what you think of this reading. Please, I'd love your feedback. So drop a comment there in the description under the video. And please, if you haven't already, I would love it if you could hit subscribe for me. It really helps me out. And also, I never want you to miss out on another video. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Sagittarius. This reading is for you. I have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot spread out here with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings that way. That way, get the energy flowing. All right, I'm going to give the deck a shuffle here, and we are going to find out what you need to know, what kind of messages, what's going on. Is there anything you need to be paying attention to? I'm going to take a look and see. Okay, let's check it out. This card here, that's my energy card. That is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on. So it will affect the other cards in our spread here. So let's take a look. Let's see what we've got. All right. So Sagittarius, what is going on for you? Okay, this is our energy card. And here we have the moon card. Have you been experiencing some kind of situation where you're hearing a lot of gossip, or there are a lot of people kind of talking, stuff like that? Sometimes this card can pop up when there's a lot of, gossip and things like that. It also can indicate when you're getting emotional pressure from people. So this talks about not giving in to those kinds of things. It talks about being gentle with yourself. And it also indicates that you're ready to move on kind of to the next phase of your life. So if you are experiencing, kind of like that gossipy, emotional, blackmail type of stuff, that stuff you need to kind of just rise above and know that you're working on heading toward the next phase of your life. So let's see what all these are. Yeah, we got the Knight of Swords here. That is confirming it. Our Knight of Swords says, you know what? Pull back the emotion. Pull back the emotion. Wow, what did we say about this with emotional blackmail, things like that? Are you experiencing some of that? If you're not, that's something to be kind of on alert for. It might be something coming your way. So not allowing your emotions to filter in to making decisions, to, going through your day-to-day life, allowing those emotions, and kind of like I said, that is that feeling of emotional blackmail, like you have to do something to please others at the sacrifice of your own happiness. Do you see what I mean? So this card is telling us that for sure, and it's also telling us that you are a strong person. This is a person who runs forward, who is not afraid. This is also somebody who gets excited really easily. This is where you might be feeling like, okay, the emotional pressure. What choice should I make? I don't know what to do. I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you might jump into something a little too quickly before you've really thought it out, meaning you're kind of jumping into it for the wrong reasons. You're wanting to, make sure that everybody's happy, or that you're letting their emotional blackmail work. Don't do that. How are you going to not do that? Well, we've got our Hierophant here. The Hierophant says, get back to the basics. This is something that is a card that pops up, when we're talking about kind of ritual, things like that. This is also a card that talks about tradition. Perhaps leaning on somebody who is in your immediate family, who you feel like in a mentor kind of situation. A lot of times that might be one of your parents. It might be an older sibling. You might even have a mentor outside of your family, that just somebody you really trust, because again, we're trying to stay away from emotional blackmail. We're wanting somebody just to cut through the crap and help give us some advice. So you might be able to lean on that person. The Hierophant is also talking about a card that says, don't take shortcuts. When you're dealing with whatever this is that is coming up for you, you are going to want to make sure to give it your full attention, not taking shortcuts. What does that sound like? Taking the easy way. What's the easy way? Making sure everybody feels good. No, that is not the easy way. Sometimes it's the hard way, but you need to get back to yourself, to what is true to you, what feels good to you, what is true. If you have a mentor or somebody like that who can help to guide you, that's even better. Oftentimes, this card might point out that you need to get back to some kind of spiritual work, which might help you through some of this. Okay. Next, we have our Six of Wands. This is all about success. This is about victory. Our Six of Wands, it is something like, imagine, now this is the Edgar Allan Poe deck, so of course they're using imagery from Edgar Allan Poe's work. So I'm not sure what story this might be from, but look at them. They're walking through a cobblestone street. They're walking through like, yay, me. You know, I did it. And everybody's like, yay, you did it. So this is about celebration, but it also indicates that there is more work to be done. This guy has a bunch of playing cards and he's playing a game. He clearly won his hand. That's why they're all excited. But there's more work for him to do. He must need more, more winnings. Who knows? But the cards are all about symbolism. So you always need to try to look at the imagery on the card and see kind of what that represents to you. Your intuition is especially important in these kinds of situations. You're going to be able to see some successes, and that success will fuel you to keep moving forward, which is a wonderful thing. You know, when we're doing well, we're always excited to continue to do well, right? All right. So we don't want an emotional blackmail. We're going to look maybe for a mentor. We're going to think before we act. And we're going to cherish those small successes and know that we have more to do and that we're going to continue. Now, we're going to pull our cut card. This is the middle of the deck, and this is going to represent the energy of the outcome. Maybe it'll be a sum up message. It could just be a new message too. So let's see what we've got. Ready? Boom. All right. Yeah. This is speedy change. This is saying you need to brace yourself. There's a change coming. This is I'm sure what, even though interestingly it comes up as kind of a final message, it is almost what precipitates this. This is the big change. This is to prepare you now. So that's why this came after. Do you see what I'm saying? This was to give you the insight right now. Now you know. And then now when you feel comfortable with that, you can watch this new change come in. Does that make sense? You got to, in order to get to this change and be prepared for this change, you have to have yourself prepared. And you're going to do that by, again, you're going to see and think about it right now. Who would you go to in the event that you needed some guidance? Who would it be who would not be an emotional kind of, person who's going to play on your emotions, things like that. You definitely need to pull your emotions out. And again, with our moon card being the energy card, this talks about this is something that's going to be important. This is the next phase of your life. Don't take shortcuts. Don't give in to that emotional pressure. Put in the work that needs to be done. But something is coming, and it's coming relatively quickly. Something that has the potential to be a big change in your life. And we discussed the emotional blackmail and the mentor, and paying attention to those little successes when you have them, instead of just hanging your hat on just the end result. You got to keep your goals in mind, of course, but you need to remember to be happy about the small successes, right? Ooh, Sagittarius, this was good. Let me know what you think. Write a comment. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if this resonated with you. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe before you head out. It helps me out so much, and I never want you to miss out on another video. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Scorpio. This reading is for you. I have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot spread out here with my clear quartz to open up the energy. And we're going to see what kind of messages, what kind of things that you need to know, Scorpio. All right, let's go. All right, Scorpio, let's see what we've got. That card there, that's my energy card. So that will be the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on. So let's find out what kind of messages, what kind of things you might want to focus on, things like that. All right, so let us see what we've got. Oh, good. All right, Scorpio, some stuff, good stuff's coming. Good stuff's coming. All right, so this is the energy card, like I said. So this is going to be the strongest energy surrounding this message. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is about manifesting things. This is about developing your skills. This is a card that pops up to let you know that there may be a couple bumps in the road heading your way. This is to let you know that you are a very dependable person. You are a hardworking person, and you should be confident to know that you can overcome whatever might be happening or coming your way. This often can involve a financial opportunity, a component of your physical world, so your money, your career, things like that. But even if it's not about money or career, it would very definitely have something to do with your physical world. But it a lot of times it's for money, coming and like an opportunity, a financial opportunity, something like that. So, that's pretty good, huh? Let's see what these are. We've got our Two of Swords. The Two of Swords kind of talks about being caught between two things. And not even wanting, kind of being stuck there. Like, look, he's blindfolded. So he's like, I don't even want to make a decision, so I'm not going to look, that kind of a thing. So this would be, perhaps it is something you're being presented with here, that you're having to decide what to do, to develop this skill or manifest this financial opportunity. You might be having two things that you're kind of tossing back and forth, or two things presented to you that would help lead you to this. And this is saying you need to have strong decision-making skills when you are presented with this. Or you might already be knowing what this might be. I'm not sure. But it definitely is something that is currently on your mind, or just about to be on your mind, because this is my near future spread. So that would mean it's on its way. So you're going to be thinking about a couple things. And you need to be able to have those sharp decision-making skills ready. And whatever it is you decide is going to be successful. We've got our world card here to tell us that, anything is possible. This is talking about wishes granted. This is our wishes card. And it talks about having success when you've been presented with an invitation or an offer. Invitation or an offer you're deciding between. When you're presented with an invitation or an offer, anything is possible. So this is saying wishes will be fulfilled. This is also a card that pops up for, it's really good for long-term relationships and long-distance relationships. It kind of involves sometimes a chance to travel. So if that applies to your situation, that's included here as well. But no matter how you look at it, no matter what your situation, wishes fulfilled, you're going to be having that decision-making moment where you might not want to see both sides or both options, or both. You might not want to look at it, but you're going to make a decision. Lastly, on the end, we have our King of Swords, and this is advice to you. This is to say, in order to make a decision and to kind of get out of this phase of being stuck or not knowing what to do, you need to pull back your emotions. Pulling back your emotions will allow your logical mind to really look at the situation, the two choices perhaps, or the multiple choices that you're going to be faced with to make this happen. Again, I think it's about money or a career opportunity. And in order to do that, you need to pull your emotions back. This is super strong, Scorpio. All right, so let's see what our cut card is. This is our outcome energy or an additional message. We'll kind of see what it is. This is the middle of the deck, okay? Ready? Boom. Knight of Wands, yes. And when you decide this, whatever this is that's coming up, and again, I think it's really strongly about money or career. It could be other things in your physical world, so apply it as appropriate, but I'm really feeling money. Anyway, this Knight of Wands here, and remember, this is our overarching energy. This is our sum up energy, right? So it starts off with that new opportunity and things like that. We already covered this. It ends with the Knight of Wands saying, go get it. This is our go get it card. This, I mean, look at him. I mean, this is Edgar Allan Poe. So this is imagery from his writings. And here, this crazy looking gorilla dude, you know, I'm not sure what story that's from, but anyway, he's got passion. He's got fire. He's going to go in there. He's going to make it happen. He is not going to be afraid. So whatever it is, Scorpio, you are going to be very successful. Wishes fulfilled. I really think it might have to do with money or career. But ultimately, any way you slice it, it is going to be about your daily life, physical things, health, work, school, home, time. But yeah, I'm really getting money. I'm really getting money off this spread, Scorpio. Ooh, I hope this helped. Drop me a comment in the description. Let me know what you think. How does this apply? I would love to hear from you. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe before you head on out. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out. But also, I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hi there, Taurus. This reading is for you. I have the Zombie Tarot spread out here with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings this way so I can get the energy flowing. And what I'm going to do, I am going to shuffle up the cards, and we are going to do a reading to see what kind of messages might be for you. What are some things you might want to be on the lookout for? What kind of advice is there for you? Let's take a look. All right, so this card here, this is my energy card, and this is the card that picks up on the strongest energy that the tarot, the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on, I should have said. Oh, I'm tripping on my words today. Okay, so anyway, this will be the energy card, and it will apply to the rest of our spread. It will influence the meaning on these cards as well. So what is going on, Taurus? Let's find out what is going on with you. Okay, all right. So here, the energy card is the Star. Now, the Star is a card that pops up when we are looking at kind of being recognized. Somebody who is successful, someone who really is confident. This is one of the majors, so this implies a strong theme in your life, like as opposed to an event, like on this time in this event, I did great and I was the star. No, this is talking more about a continuous, like this is your essence. Do you see? So this would imply that, you know, you are recognized by people. You also have a quality in you that you are able to kind of see the way. You must be a leader. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, that's not me. Well, guess what? It is you. And you need to realize this about yourself. This is who you are. Ooh, okay, so let's see what else we've got. All right, so Taurus, we need to know what's coming, what we might want to watch out for, what we can look forward to. All right, so here, this is going to apply to all of it. This is that recognition, finding our way, being a leader. The Hermit card is first, and our Hermit talks about following your own path. You know, this says, you know, you're not going to be influenced by what other people are doing. You are going to plow ahead and move forward in confidence. Confidence, find the way. Remember, I said what that is. And the Hermit is saying a very similar thing. And this says, you can do these, whatever it is you need to do in any aspect of your life. You don't need to wait for other people to do things. You don't need to wait for other people's approval. You are a leader. Now, again, if you're sitting there feeling like, no, I'm not, this is your wake-up call, my dear. This is it. You are a leader. You are strong. And I've got two things saying that right here. Guess what's in your way? Oh, my goodness. I see what's going on. Guess what's in your way? The devil card. Now, again, I want to stress the devil is not the devil. It's not evil. But what the devil talks about is there you have stored power that you are not using. You are not using your power. Now, look at the imagery on the card. All the tarot cards are about symbolism, right? The imagery is symbolizing different things in our lives, right? So imagine now this deck is the zombie deck, and this artist has chosen to use an old cigarette machine to represent the devil. Well, think about it. What cigarettes are addictive, right? People feel like they can't quit, but in reality, yes, they can. They just have to set their mind to it, right? So this is like escaping from cigarettes in this deck, the way that they've put that out there, right? So think about that. You are holding yourself back, just like cigarettes, you see? You're holding yourself back. You must not think you're this person, or you must not feel as strongly and confidently as you have every right to feel, because this is you. That's who you are. And you might be getting in your own way. You might be getting in your own way. Or maybe you have people around you who are like toxic people that are kind of getting in your way that way. And while you're still a leader and you're still going to take your own path, you're really resentful at these people, feeling like, you know, they're not in reality going to hold you back, but they're getting in the way, you know? So maybe you're resentful of people as a certain person or, you know, situation in your life is kind of holding you back. So you got to get out of your own way. If it's in your head, if it's you causing the holdup, then you need to have a talk with yourself. If it's toxic people or events that are happening that feel like you're holding them back, you are just going to keep plowing ahead. We've got our star card, and this is talking about seeing that star in the sky and finding the way. You can do this, just like somebody who's smoking. Now, you know, you can say, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. But until they believe they can do it and want to do it, it's not going to happen, right? This is telling you, believe it. Believe it. And how do I know that? Because we have our 10 of Cups coming up right behind it. The 10 of Cups, this is like, again, cups, love and emotion. That's what we want. We want to feel good. It's also the 10. Think about it. It goes ace to 10, ace being the beginning and 10 being the ending. And I don't mean something's ending here, but I meant it's kind of like the completion, the achievement of making that suit of cups come to life. Cups, again, love and emotion. 10 is where we want to be. So here with this 10, this talks about having emotionally, being an emotionally well-rounded person. This talks about stability of home life. Look at all the family there. The home life is good. Now, if you're feeling like one of the things you're resentful of is maybe the restrictions of, you know, being in a family, in a home, not that you don't love your family or love your home, but you're feeling held back in some way. This is here to say the only thing holding you back is you. Your family is supportive. Your friends are supportive. You need to be supportive of yourself. This is you. Yeah, you need to get this goodbye. You need to make that go goodbye. Go goodbye. All right, let's get an outcome card for you, my friend. This is either going to be kind of a sum up or it's going to be an additional message for you. All right, let's see what we've got. Ready? Go. All right, 4 of Wands. Again, I do feel that this, you know, if your family or friends or things like that are holding you back, the 4 of Wands is saying, you know what, we're not going to let that continue to happen. We have a good foundation. You know, you might be resentful, fearing, you know, hurting people's feelings, not taking people's advice, telling people you want to do something different, doing something the opposite of what they did or what they're telling you to do. That's all okay. You have a strong foundation. Now, if it's yourself kind of sabotaging yourself, you know, being the devil, the cigarette machine, you know, that kind of a thing, you've got the power. You don't need to allow your feelings to dictate how things go. When we let feelings get involved, sometimes we don't see clearly, right? We've got our right brain and our left brain. Our left brain is more logical. Our right brain is more for the feelings and, those kinds of things. So we have both sides of our brain. So our emotions can't turn it off if we are really paying attention. And this is saying, don't let the emotions get in your way. You got to be strong, but you got to want it. You got to want it. Now, I would love it if you would drop me a comment. What does this sound like to you? I want to know, do you have something in mind that you're already kind of saying, oh yeah, I totally get it? Or are you kind of thinking like, that I don't really know what that means? Well, if you're saying that, it's because you haven't addressed this yet. You haven't addressed this yet. The resentment maybe hasn't built up enough for you to be kind of forced to deal with it or whatever. But the underlying message and the strong advantage of this reading for you, either way, is that you now can have this confirmation about your leadership ability, about your strength, about your power. This is very clear, and these are both major. Well, actually, we've got 3 majors, so this is all very important. The finding your way, the being victorious and recognized, the following your own path, not allowing people to get in your way, the resentment building up, but yet you're stored power in there that you can do whatever you want to do. Here's the emotional well-being, where we want to be, where we are headed. And how are we headed there? Because we're going to remember what we've learned. We're going to use our foundation. We're going to use everything that we've already done or already created to help fuel us to go forward to create more. Ooh, Taurus, I hope this made sense for you. Like I said, please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe before you head out. I never want you to miss out, but I also would really appreciate it. It helps me out so much. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hey there, Virgo. This reading is for you. Today I have the Modern Spellcasters deck set out here for your reading today, and I have my clear quartz to open up the energy and get things flowing. So let's see what is going on for you, Virgo. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick shuffle, and I'm going to set out the spread, and we'll see what's coming. We'll see what is coming or what messages we might get for you. Okay, let's see what we've got. This card here, that's my energy card. That is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on. It will influence the rest of our spread. So let's take a look. Let's find out what we've got going on for you, Virgo. All right. So what is coming? What do we need to know? All right. So our energy card is the Knight of Wands. Our Knight of Wands is full of passion, full of fire. This knight really gets going. This knight is not afraid to take a chance. This knight has a lot of energy. Like I said, it's fire, passion. So Virgo, this is really looking like it must be describing you. Court cards are oftentimes personality types, not always, but often. And this kind of being the energy card, this is telling me that your overall kind of, overall energy surrounding you is that kind of go get it kind of energy. So you must be very determined. You must be somebody who decides things and then makes sure they happen. This is not a passive person, that's for sure. Let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments. Does this describe you? I'm thinking it does. I'm thinking it does. Our knight here is, he's very outgoing and really wants to connect with people too. So tell me, what do you think? Let's find out how it applies to the rest of our spread. All right. So Virgo, it looks like you're going to be having some choices coming up. It looks like you're going to have multiple things going on. This is Cups. So this is the suit of love and emotion, feelings, that kind of a thing. So it kind of appears that there are going to be several things being presented to you, and you, with your outgoing and go get 'em kind of nature, might feel a little, energized by having all these different things popping up. Now, you might already know some of the things or all of the things, you might already have an idea, or this might be fast approaching for you. This is my near future spread. So being a timeless message, whenever you are seeing this, wherever you are in the world, this is saying you are about to be presented with some choices, or you are currently working with some different options. These are probably things that are important to you, that create, a sense of pride, a sense of joy. Again, we're talking about feelings here. So we're seeing that there. Here, the next card is the Six of Wands. Our Six of Wands is all about victory. It's about success. So I think you can feel very confident in your decision-making ability. I'm not sure what the decision is, like between, what are you deciding? But again, like I mentioned, it is something that's important to you, something that involves your feelings. So yeah. So anyway, our success. So whatever you choose, that is likely to lead to success, lead to our Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, while yes, it's a success card, it often talks about that there is more work needing to be done. So I think what happens here is you make a choice. You're ready to go do it. Let's get back to our energy. You're ready to go get it. You are ready to make things happen. This is kind of your nature. Now, in the near future or currently, you've been presented with some choices, likely involving feelings. You successfully are able to make the appropriate decisions for you. That's where we are so far. Next, we have our Knight of Swords. Remember what I said. Court cards, a lot of times, are personality types. And I'm feeling like this is your overall energy. This being the event that is approaching you, we've got our Knight of Swords as well. The Knight of Swords, I think what's going on here is with the choices and the victory you're going to be experiencing, the victory is going to make you really excited. You're going to be, well, of course, you're happy. It's victory. But you're looking for, to get moving on it, because remember, you're the Knight of Wands. You are a go-getter. You like to get things done. But in this situation, the Knight of Swords representing you again says that, through this deliberation, decision-making process, and that first level of kind of like a victory, you're going to be excited and say, all right, I'm charging out and I'm going to go out and get it and I'm going to go do it. Well, that sounds like the Wands, right? Sounds like our Knight of Wands. Well, it's not, because it's swords. The difference here is this knight, yeah, he's ready to move. He's ready to go in. But this is the guy who's like, and just jumps in because they're super excited, and they just, they're not really thinking about the consequences or the next stage. They're not really forward looking. Does that make sense? So this is a kind of a warning to, well, warning's not the right word, advice to you from the tarot. Now, these are knights. Knights are typically a lot stronger masculine energy, but if you are a woman, this can also be a woman. So don't let the gender kind of throw you off there. But again, knights have a little bit of a stronger masculine energy than as opposed to a queen who has more of a feminine energy. Does that make sense? And male and female, we have both. Male and masculine and feminine energy is in us all. Anyway, back to the spread, though. It looks like your go-get-em nature is going to be kind of compromised a little bit by your excitement, and you might be running off. So the big takeaway, we're gonna pull an outcome card, of course, but the big takeaway so far is you're going to be having an opportunity here to make some choices. You're likely it's going to be about something that is important or involving feelings. You will feel pretty good about that decision. but you're going to take it to the next level without thinking it through first. That is the strong advice from the tarot, is look before you leap. All right, my friend, let's see what our outcome card is. This is the cut card, so this is the middle of the deck. Ready? Go. All right, Five of Cups, excuse me. Our Five of Cups. Now, remember what I said here. You're going to have choices, and there's going to be a victory, but yet you might have the tendency, if you don't put yourself in check, to go running off, and running off and not thinking of all the parts and pieces in the decision. Well, this card says the same thing. It says that, you know what? Look at this guy. He's got all these cups, and he's holding two. All these are spilled. He is either deciding or contemplating, should I dump these out too? There's blood coming out of them, meaning it was upsetting. Don't just remember, cards are symbolism here. And he's like, should I dump these with that? So he's thinking twice. So what this is saying is think twice before you do something. Before you make whatever this decision is going to be for you, think twice. You might have that victory fueling you and exciting you, which you should be excited. That's awesome. That's okay to feel good. So you're going to have this victory kind of fueling you to get going again. But you know what? You have to stop and think about it. You don't want to pour out your cups. You don't want to run off like the Knight of Swords, like, and then pour your cards. So you need to kind of think about it. So very strong advice from the tarot. It's come up a couple times here, and our knights are specifically telling to me, because they are both facing opposite directions, and it makes a lot of sense, this being our energy card. So tell me what you think, Virgo. Drop me a comment. Does this make sense? Do you already know what these choices are, or is this something maybe that's brewing, that's about to come up for you? Well, I would love to hear from you. Please drop me a comment. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe before you head out. It means so much to me, and I never want you to miss out. So it would be great for both of us. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.